Welcome to Beacon of Creation, a weekly podcast on game design through the lens of Magic the Gathering. I'm Tim.
And I'm Spencer.
Great to have you on. You've been part of the Discord. You've been chatting along with people, and you offered to be on an episode to talk about a project you've been working on, this Year of Mechanics. What's the lowdown here?
Yeah, so the Year of Mechanics is something I've been working on for about 3 months now. Starting with Alpha, I've gone through each mechanic, and I've made one card for each mechanic.
Now, mechanic, is this big name mechanic, or are you like making a card for like draw a card and card for destroy?
It's both big mechanics and mechanics that you might find a little more out there. Like, okay. I'm going to be doing cards for planeswalkers, but also cards for things like growing permanents and sleeping enchantments from Urza's Saga block.
Ah, okay. So it doesn't have to be a named mechanic.
Yeah.
I started looking through your gallery of it, and we were picking out a couple cards to talk about. And we're going to be going deep. And then the main part of this episode, we're going to be designing cards for some mechanics.
Yes.
And you happen to jump in like while you're in the middle of Future Sight. So everyone's going to be buckling up for the cards we're going to design today. Why don't you give us one of the cards you've already designed, just to start getting the flavor?
One of the cards I made is called Spirited Devout. It's a 4-mana 2/2, so 3 and a white. It's a human cleric with Soul Shift 5. And when this creature dies, create 3 1/1 white spirit creature tokens with flying. Now, Soul Shift says when this creature dies, you may return target spirit card with mana value N or less from your graveyard to your hand. So for this card, a spirit card with mana value 5 or less.
Yeah. Soul Shift 5. It's not a spirit itself. A lot of original Kamigawa was kind of making these kind of intense chains of spirits. You're trying to get a lot of them killed, and then you'd get the biggest one killed, and they could bring back the second biggest. They could bring back the third biggest.
Yeah.
Here is a little more part A, part B. You got some humans that have Soul Shift, and then you got some spirits that die and get picked back up.
Yeah. With this Year of Mechanics, I'm hoping to eventually turn it into a cube. So other cards I've made, I'm trying to build in more spirits that you can potentially draft a Spirited Devout and then get a few other spirits in the deck as well.
We're not just trying to make like the exemplar card for this mechanic that exists in a vacuum and only works in its one set. You're trying to hoping that each of these cards will be playable. Maybe not with every card in the cube, but at least, it has some home. It has some deck that someone might use it in.
Yeah.
That's an interesting kind of thing to aim for.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult with some mechanics like Party, where I have to worry about 4 different creature types with this massive cube. But otherwise, it shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, I think people are probably up for the chaos as well.
Yes.
Stuff like, will I have anybody in my party? Will I have a ton of people in my party? Who knows?
Yeah.
And the Spirited Devout seems like it buys you out even if you have no Soul Shift, because when it dies, you get some spirit tokens.
Yeah. One of the reasons it has that when it dies part is because I actually made this card during Mocktober, where Day 9 was compact. So I wanted to make something that dealt with spirits, and I decided a human that had 3 spirits inside of it would fit both compact and kind of fit the flavor of Soul Shift.
Oh, funny. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
And then your other one was another Mocktober one.
Yes. I called it Unassuming Tuxedo. It was 3 generic mana for a artifact equipment. It says equipped creature gets +1/+3 and has hexproof, and it has equipped 2 and a blue. And it has forecast 2 blue. Reveal this equipment from your hand. Turn target creature you control face down. It's a 1/1 blue citizen with hexproof. Which, for those of you who don't know, forecast says activate only during your upkeep and only once each turn. And forecast was the keyword abilities of Azorius in Dissension, which was the original Ravnica block.
Yeah, not a mechanic people have played a lot with. So.
No.
Here's maybe an example where people are going to be reading this and say, was that a real mechanic? And you can say, yeah, that was a real mechanic.
There's definitely some mechanics that I've come across that was like, oh, I had no idea that was a mechanic, even after a few years of playing Magic and designing Magic cards for a couple years.
Yeah, that's fun. like we said before, we're in the middle of Future Sight, which is one of the more chaotic sets for mechanics because there's a lot of one-off cards.
Oh, definitely.
And just going by the rules that you had, we realized that our 3 mechanics, we're going to try to make 3 cards today. Our 3 mechanics are Frenzy, Grandeur, and Gravestorm.
Yep.
I don't know that I know the details of Gravestorm off the top of my head. Like, I'm not sure that I've ever cast the one Gravestorm spell.
Actually, there are 2 now.
Oh, there are 2? Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh, those commander
One
decks.
came out in Murders at Karlov Manor Commander.
Oh, okay. It's one of those. Okay.
Yes.
Very nice. And I looked up Frenzy. There's now 2 Frenzy cards thanks to Garbage Elemental from Unstable.
Yeah. Unstable gave this one a second card. Gravestorm has a second card because of Murders at Karlov Manor. And then Grandeur was originally a cycle of 5 cards that got a 6th card with Modern Horizons 3.
All right, so these are going to be pretty wide open, but maybe that's good for us because we also need to make cards that are like kind of playable with other cards in this cube.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go in order? Do we want to do Frenzy first?
Yeah, let's do Frenzy first.
All right, so Frenzy the mechanic will be Frenzy and then a number. So let's say Frenzy 2. When this creature attacks and isn't blocked, it gets +2/+0 until end of turn.
Yes. So we need to incentivize it not being blocked. Potentially.
It's like maybe the opposite of Afflict, another kind of obscure mechanic, which is like whenever this gets blocked, the blocking player gets penalized. They lose some life.
Yeah, or it's also very similar to, what was it? I think it was Bushido, where whenever this creature blocks or becomes blocked, it gets +N until end of turn.
Okay. If it doesn't get blocked, it deals more damage.
Yes.
What shape of creature is that good for? I'm trying to even think. Like, my opponent generally wants to block this, so they're going to block it. But if they don't block it, yeah, that's kind of funny.
Yeah, because so far there's only a Sliver and an Elemental that have Frenzy.
Yeah, and the Garbage Elemental, I would say, is doing it mainly for the gag, if that's fair to say.
Yeah.
Like just having an obscure mechanic.
Yeah, because it's actually Garbage Elemental is actually one of the cards that has these 6 variants from Unstable. So there are 5 other versions of Garbage Elemental as well.
Yeah, with like Battle Cry or Unleash, just trying to get some Last Strike. That's funny. I guess the Garbage Elemental here, its other ability is can't be blocked by wordy creatures. This is an unmechanic. A creature's wordy if it has 4 or more lines of rules text. So maybe part of Frenzy or why you want Frenzy is that it's like partially evasive.
Yeah.
So it's a little hard to block.
Maybe give it Menace. That just to give it a similar ability where it can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures.
Yeah, I guess even a creature kind of shaped like this, like a 2/4 that gets bigger. If it has Menace, if my opponent only has 1 creature to block with, they can't block it. And so they take they take some extra damage.
Yeah.
I guess if you had like Death Touch on a Frenzy creature.
Oh, that could be interesting. If you block it, that creature will die. If you don't block it, you're going to take a lot more damage. At the same time, then the frenzy is basically built in if it has Death Touch, because even a 1-4 and a 3/4 with Death Touch are the same when it comes to blocking.
Yeah.
Blocking with Death Touch.
Yeah. Yeah, this is funny designing for a mechanic that has like basically no precedent, but it's like really locked in. We are using this mechanic, but what are we using it for?
Something that could be interesting is maybe giving it trample.
So it's going to get some damage through.
Yeah, it'll get some damage through regardless, but if you don't block it, it'll deal an extra couple damage.
Like if you just had a big creature with Frenzy, is that fun? Like 5/5 trample with Frenzy, 2, 3.
Yeah. Let's say they have a 1/1 token to block with. That's 4 damage. But if they don't block with that 1/1, then it's going to be 7 damage. So it basically says, a creature with Frenzy N basically says, your blocking creatures have an additional N toughness.
Wow. That's crazy.
Which is kind of fun.
Yeah. Or I guess it's in the future side zone of like, doesn't this make you think hard? Yeah, it does make
Yeah,
me think hard. Why is it written
which
that way? Let me think. Oh, now I get it.
it would be kind of fun to have a card with Frenzy and Trample.
All right, we want to lock that part in, and then we'll start shaping the rest of
Yeah,
the card.
I'd say Frenzy 2 and Trample. No idea what orders they go in, because there's no precedent.
It probably is in the same zone as Bushido in terms of how it's written on a
Yeah,
card. Yeah, I like how you went kind of immediately deep to rules templating knowledge of like what order different mechanics are written on a card.
yeah. It looks like Bushido comes after like First Strike, Vigilance,
Yeah,
Flying. So I think it would be Trample and then Frenzy 2.
I like this. I like this. Are you content to just try to design like a common here, or should we be looking for other ways to plus this
Yeah,
up?
the power level in the year mechanics really does vary anywhere from common to rare. So it could be anything.
Hmm. Is the joke so good with Trample and Frenzy that we're good to make the common, or should we?
I think Trample Frenzy is interesting enough to where we don't really need to add anything else to it.
So we want this to be kind of medium large to large,
Yeah,
because we want the trample to matter. So far 5/5 was the starting point, but we go up or down.
yeah. Maybe a 4/5 so that you block it. You block it, you're going to take 3. Actually, I think 5/5 works well for this because you block it, you're probably going to take 4, maybe 5. You're probably going to take 3, 4 damage. But if you don't block it, you take 7.
Yeah, maybe 5/5 was just the right answer.
Yeah, I think so.
Do you think Frenzy just sound wise feels red first, then maybe black or green?
Yeah.
I guess it's a big creature with trample, so that's kind of leaning green, but it could be red.
It's only on a black card and a red card so far, which black card was in Future Sight, so color-wise, I'm not sure if that's the best place to look. But the only other card with it is also an uncard. It's a silver bordered card, which is red. I mean, looking at Rampage, Rampage is a green mechanic primarily, followed by red. So I think this is also kind of Gruul-esque.
Yeah. I've been kind of scrolling up and down through your cards that you already have. And you already have a decent number of big boy green creatures. But I'm not really
Yeah.
seeing one on the red side. So maybe we put it in red just to shore that up a little bit.
I think that would be good. The only big red card I have so far is a flip card, which is fun.
Oh, okay. Can this be 5 mana or should this be 6 mana?
I was thinking 5. At worst, it's a 7/5 vanilla. At best, it's a 5/5 with trample.
I'm looking at the other 5 mana red creatures recently. So we'll get like 5 mana 5/4 trample with the ETB rider, 5 mana 5/4 reach with a tap ability.
There's 5 mana 5/5 with trample and haste. I mean, there's Cinder Hellion, which is 5 mana 4/4 with trample, and it on ETB it deals 2 damage to target opponent.
Yeah. I guess if we want to do 5/4, this feels like it could be 5 mana pretty safely. But if we just want to push it, you're happy with the extra toughness, then we could do that instead. What do you think?
I'm thinking maybe a 5 mana 4/5.
All right.
Yeah, because this a little more toughness, repeatable to extra 2 damage.
And then I guess flavor wise, we're kind of all open, right? Like there's no restrictions on.
In my year of mechanics so far, I've had cards inspired by like Innistrad, Kamigawa, Phyrexia. So yeah, I have a card that I use Chandra as the art for. Actually, I have 2 cards where Chandra is in the art. I can do really anything.
This thing is maybe distractible because if something gets in front of it, it doesn't have its full power.
Yeah.
I don't know. It made me think like dinosaur, like Jurassic Park. To try to distract the T-Rex kind of thing.
Yeah, dinosaur could be good. Giant could be interesting.
Yeah, giant. Yeah, giant's fun. I guess maybe when you're actually making these cards, part of your restriction is the art you can find to put on the card, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely is. Finding art hasn't been too bad. Surprisingly, actually, one of the hardest arts to find was for boots.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
For my Aura Swap card.
Or a swap. That's so good. Alrighty, yeah. So we got a giant. If there's some fun place we can put this creature, like if there's a fun place that giants lived, some callback we can do.
Ooh, maybe Kaldheim?
Oh, yeah, Kaldheim. Yep.
A Kaldheim Fire Giant?
That's like we have to placate it somehow.
I mean, we could do something with goats, because I know goats just feel Kaldheim-esque.
And a goat is a perfect thing to put in front of this.
Yeah.
That gets them out of the frenzy damage. Hangry giant.
I kind of like that for the Hangry Giant.
All right, let's get Hangry Giant in there. You can revise it when you go to make your final card.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
So,
I learned something about Frenzy for sure there.
yeah, I think that's good for Frenzy. Well, next up is Grandeur. Another very interesting mechanic.
Yeah, all three of these, not a lot of precedent. So Grandeur, this is a mechanic that goes on legendary creatures. And if you have one in play, you can discard additional copies for some effect.
Yes.
And you can typically I think across the board, discard them for no mana. So you're kind of,
Yeah.
it's kind of explosive mana wise to do this. Yeah. Like the Modern Horizons one is a 6-mana Skoa Ember Mage is 6 mana for a 4/4. When it enters, deal 4. Oh, that's pretty good. But then if
Yeah.
you have a bunch somehow, you get to cash them in whenever you want for 0 mana deal 4s, which seems kind of cool.
Skoa, though, you do need to sacrifice 2 mountains as well.
Oh, yep, that's true. You do have to sacrifice 2 mountains. You're right.
Yeah. The other Grandeur cards, you just discard the card.
Yeah, I got myself confused there. So the Grandeur cards are kind of interesting. I think Skoa is like an example of what I was thinking, where I don't know if I ever saw someone use Grandeur for Skoa. I did maybe 10 Modern Horizons 3 drafts. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't think the Grandeur was anything more than just like a joke, maybe.
Yeah. So I think it could be interesting to make a Grandeur card where the Grandeur ability is maybe even more powerful than the normal ability.
Yeah.
Give an incentive to draft multiple of them and then actually discard them.
Because, if you discard your second Skoa, you didn't pay any mana, but you missed out on a 4/4 that you could have played in a future turn.
Yeah. And with Skoa, you had to sack 2 mountains too.
So I guess the card has to be baseline kind of an interesting card before Grandeur.
Yeah.
Because you have to want to put them in your deck to start with. And then it's sort of like a joyous pop-off sort of like delightful thing if I actually get to Grandeur this. I guess in your cube,
Yeah.
are you going to have 2 or 3 copies of this Grandeur card? How does that work?
I'm thinking of having 4 or 5 copies of this card in the cube. I'm also hoping to have 4 or 5 copies of the Ripple card in my cube that I've made, because Ripple's another mechanic where you need multiple of the same card for it to actually do anything.
Whenever I hear Grandeur, I think Delusions of Grandeur, the like enchantment that you swap to other people. I guess maybe I'll read that real quick.
Oh, Illusions of Grandeur.
Illusions of Grandeur. It's a pun. When it enters, you gain 20 life. When it leaves, you lose 20 life. It's a 4-mana blue enchantment, but it has cumulative upkeep, so you have to pay more and more for it.
Yeah.
But the thing you really try to do with this is donate it to your opponent, and now your opponent's on the hook to pay more and more mana, and then they lose 20 life if it goes away.
And if you're playing anything but Commander, if you can't pay it, you lose.
I would be laughing very hard if someone did this to Commander, to anyone, even if they did it to me.
Yes.
Because it's like not that lethal, but it's still quite bad for whoever receives it.
It's not really a good card anyways.
I have done this in Cube. I played a combo Cube a couple months ago where I got to do this.
That's amazing.
There's another Demonic Pact or something is another donate-y card.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a cube of all goofball combo things. So I think I donated the Demonic Pact and then Thassa's Oracle myself. So I won. I
Wow.
won through Thassa's Oracle, but my opponent would have just died on their turn anyhow because it was just a goofball cube like that.
That sounds like a lot of fun for that cube.
Anyhow, so
It could be fun to reference Illusions of Grandeur in this card, just because it's fun to make references.
okay, so here's a sketch. It's a creature that when it enters, you gain some life. When it leaves, you lose that much life. But it has
Yeah,
Grandeur to donate itself.
I like that. That is fun.
So I think that gives us the knobs that we need as well. Because like if it's a 4-mana 3/3 or whatever, your opponent could kill it or whatever. That you donate it, it doesn't need cumulative upkeep anymore because you donate it, and then they have to worry about not letting it get killed.
Hmm.
I feel like this could work. Whether we should, I don't know.
Yeah, it is a fun reference back to Ice Age. Yeah, I mean, in Ice Age, there weren't many mechanics in the first place. Actually, no, there were a couple. Both cumulative upkeep and charge counters came from Ice Age. So yeah, so this is one of the first cumulative upkeep cards.
Yeah, for sure. Before you have the donate part, it's sort of a fun to read but unplayable card of like I'm going to gain 20 and then
Yeah.
lose that life later.
Mm-hmm.
I guess if you have life gain synergy or something, back in the day that didn't matter, but nowadays we can
Yeah.
find ways to use that.
Especially with how bad creatures were back then.
Color wise, obviously white is life gain. I can imagine black doing this because it has this kind of sinister aspect to it.
Yeah. I think black could be
Red,
interesting, giving it grandeur. I don't think red really, because red's a lot about dealing damage, not losing life.
Yeah. I was thinking of the kind of temporary nature, but you're right. It's I think black is the better home. They have delusional cleric. Or
2
whatever.
black for a 3/3. Delusional cleric. I like that.
Yeah.
When it enters, you gain 10 life. When it leaves, you lose 10, just so that it isn't an instant win.
I like that too.
It gets a good amount out there, but you don't get rid of everything.
Yeah.
It could be interesting to not make it legendary.
Yeah, because we're giving a way different reason why you want to grandeur this. You don't want to play 2 of these.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you could play 2 of these, but
My opponent doesn't have a ton of removal, and I'm not going to be blocking with this, so it could be interesting. Plus, it would go well because if you have this is black, you're going to have removal in your deck. You donate it, and then you can destroy it and have them lose 10.
this is a pretty complete. I'm pretty happy with this already.
Yeah, I am too.
There's a chance that the like gain 10 life also just randomly pops off with some random card whenever you gain life, put that many counters on a creature or whatever.
I don't think I have any cards like that yet.
Sure, yeah. But you can at least imagine it.
Yet.
And it has some functionality in terms of keeping you alive.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that matters, maybe it doesn't. So it's sort of as a playable card before you get the second copy.
Mm-hmm.
What if it was more power leaning, like a 4/2 or something? Because then
4/2? Okay.
it's like a little more vulnerable. You kind of want to risk it.
Yeah. 4/2 could be interesting. Honestly, I think even if we wanted to lean into that, where he's delusional. He thinks he's a lot more powerful than he actually is. We could also lean into he actually is more powerful, but going for like a 5/1.
Okay. Yeah. It being really vulnerable, I guess. Yeah. Seems fun. If I have to pay 4 mana for a creature that I may or may not get the benefit of, like I'm in some cube or whatever, I'm a little more swayed by at least getting some power. Like,
Yeah.
I would rather have a 4/2 a lot of times than a 3/3 on a stall, because at least I could trade that for something, so just general playability is a little higher. So yeah, I think 5/1's funnier, but 4/2 is also.
And there's precedent for 4 mana 5/1s in black.
Oh, okay.
There's actually 4 of them, surprisingly.
Okay. A delusional creature, like I think of like a vampire is crazed in some way, but it could just be a human who's been convinced of something they shouldn't have been.
Let me think. Yeah, there's so many different creature types that are in Magic already.
Yeah. I think part of the delusional is that to me it's kind of humanoid. Like this couldn't be an animal, this shouldn't be a demon probably. I guess it could be a
Yeah.
demon in that you are the delusional one, and it's the I don't know. I guess if it's something on a specific plane, maybe that's true, like a elf, like the eye blights or whatever they are. I'm cooler than I am. I swear.
Goblin?
It's a little big for a goblin, but goblin, yeah, that could be good.
That's fair.
A goblin would be delusional.
Yeah.
A bat? I guess the bat's where life gain matters,
Yeah.
but that kind of wants to fly. So we'd have to be a little smaller probably to be a bat.
Squirrel, maybe?
Yeah, squirrel. Yeah, they also care about life gain. That's true.
Yeah.
Your cube, you got the final call.
Yeah. I have a ton of humans in there already because of another mechanic. So I think goblin could be interesting. I don't actually.
All
Let me
right.
see. Do I have any goblins? I have 2 goblins so far.
Storm goblin.
Yep, I have a storm goblin.
Goblin's kind of classic. You know, if you put enough goblins in there, you get to do a goblin related card later. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think a goblin works, and then the delusional cleric. I feel like it could be interesting if it was like a bard or a warlock. Like, oh, he thinks he's a cleric. He's not.
Ooh, warlock is pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, goblin. I think goblin warlock works well for that. He thinks he's a cleric, but he's not.
All right. So I just have like generic names, but I'm thinking like delusional power seeker, you know, something where it's saying like
Yeah.
this person's entering into a deal, they don't know what they're doing.
Names are honestly the hardest part of making these cards for me.
That's why like settings are so good because then you just name the thing from
Oh,
the
yeah.
setting and it's like, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I guess that's part of what we want to figure out is like who is for a warlock. I think a warlock, something's giving it the power, you know. Go ahead.
Yeah. It looks like there's only a few black gods, surprisingly. Because there's Bontu, Erebos, Hergrid, Egon, and Aklazotz. Egon could be interesting because he was the god of death in Kaldheim. So going back to Kaldheim again.
There you go.
Erebos is also the god of the dead in Theros. It could be another interesting one.
But this is like this goblin's being lied to is part of the flavor.
Yeah.
The gods of the dead are like, this is the square deal. This is just how life and death is. Sorry. That's the so it feels a little more deceptive. Like Valky
What if it was
gone,
Tybalt?
but
I mean, Valky is Tybalt, right? Because Tybalt is, I mean, there's Tybalt's trickery.
yeah, that's closer to the flavor that I'm thinking.
Tybalt's devout. Yeah, because Valky was the god of lies.
I kind of want to be more like not victim, but like, is there something that's like, like I want like sucker or something, which isn't a good name, but like Tybalt sucker. But
I mean, just looking at the source, there, like some synonyms for sucker, as in victim: chump, dupe, fool, patsy, sap, stooge. Tybalt's stooge.
that's the flavor that I kind of like. I don't know.
Yeah. Dark One's stooge.
Dark One Stooge is such a funny name.
It is. It is a pretty funny name. And I think it kind of gets the vibes of the creature too. Like, oh, he believes he's doing what's right. He believes he's doing what's good, but in reality, he's just the stooge of the dark one.
Yeah, that's good enough for now. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Dark One Stooge.
Yep, Dark One Stooge. It's such a fun name.
Alrighty, we're kind of cruising through these. Our last one is going to be Gravestorm.
Yes. Gravestorm, whenever you play this spell, copy it for each permanent put into a graveyard this turn. You may choose new targets for the copies.
I can see why they couldn't put this in a regular set. This is a wild mechanic. Yeah. It's like crazy swingy. The amount that it scales feels humongous, like in even a draft game. How many creatures die this turn? That could be 0 for many turns. It could easily be 4. 2 sets of creatures trading is very achievable.
Yeah. Yeah, so far we have 2 cards, one in black, one in blue.
The black one is a super weirdo. Bitter Ordeal. Search target player's library for a card and exile it, then that player shuffles. A card that I don't totally want to play anyhow.
Yeah.
But they just wanted to put this funny mechanic on a card. And then the other one is a blue card, still 3 mana, follow the bodies, and you investigate. If 4 creatures die, you get 4 clues. It was a commander card, so maybe someone board wipes, or I guess it's a sorcery. So you board wipe, and then you make 11 clues or whatever. So yeah, Gravestorm, yeah, it scales a random amount. It's not like regular Storm, where you have to think like, oh, I have to play a bunch of cantrips and mana things. And
this is, oh, I want to kill things before I play this.
It's almost like a trap card.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it's another very weird mechanic.
Yeah. Part of what Follow the Bodies does, the blue card, is it investigates. So even though it scales with the number of creatures, it doesn't scale with the value you get. Each clue you get past, I don't know, your 5th clue starts to have a lot lower value.
Yeah.
Something that gives something like +X+X, the difference between giving +5+5 and +10+10 in a lot of cases is not going to matter.
Yeah.
So like a basic one that's just like put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. If I turn that into a 7/7 or turn it into a 10/10 after combat, after everything died, it's okay for it to like giga scale accidentally, I guess.
Yeah. Investigating is it's like a 1 mana or less effect.
There's no just blue card that's just investigate.
Yeah.
And this was priced at 3 mana.
In Commander, so usually you're expecting it to trigger maybe 4 times, maybe 5 times you cast it, just based on that cost.
Then you have to set this up. How funny.
Yeah.
Gravestorm cards are things you're probably casting after combat.
Yeah.
The sorceries, you have to cast them on your turn, or instants that you cast after your opponent's combat. Both of those are fine.
Actually, something I just realized about Gravestorm, it's not creature. It's whenever for each permanent. So it could also be the clue tokens. So like, let's say you sacrifice 3 clues and then have 3 creatures die in combat. You just got Gravestorm 6.
Yeah, that's part of that like random scaling on Gravestorm.
Yeah, it's variable scaling.
For each permanent put into a graveyard from the battlefield. So mill doesn't count. Yeah, permanents hitting the graveyard.
Yeah.
So yeah, cracking treasure, food. I guess
in
the context of your cube, people's ability to set up commander style, I'm going to sack 8 treasures and then I have Gravestorm of 12, That's not something we're necessarily worrying about.
Yeah, that's not as likely to happen. The artifact tokens, those are things that are coming in. Let me check. I believe clues were the first ones. Yeah, so I still have like 3-4 months before I get into any artifact tokens.
Yeah. Alrighty, so this is a spell that hopefully I occasionally want to cast normally.
Yeah.
I guess I could make creature tokens. Like I can make 1/1s.
Yeah.
I guess you wouldn't want to ever cast it before Gravestorm, but if you have like the 2 sets of creatures trading, 4 creatures die, I get 4 1/1s.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. In limited, it's going to be hard to get more than 4 or 5, probably.
Yeah. If you get good synergies, you might get like 6. So something that'll be between, I'd say, 2 and 4. But we don't necessarily know which it's going to be while we're making this.
Yeah, and until you make something happen, it's only 1. You only get 1.
Yeah.
I'm just sketching out if you had 1 and a white sorcery, make a 1/1. That I kind of really don't want to cast without Gravestorm. But if I just have 2 things die, like a single trade, now I'm getting a little ahead from what I'm allowed to do.
Yeah. What if it was like 1 white-green hybrid, which could be interesting.
Yeah, that could be fun. Yeah.
With Gravestorm and create a 1/1, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control.
Oh, you want to do both? Or
actually, it could be interesting. Choose one. So it would be Gravestorm and then choose one, create a 1/1, or put a 1/1 counter on target creature control. So that way you can go tall or go wide.
Yeah, like fabricate almost.
Yeah. Fabricate on a Gravestorm.
Gravestorm Fabricate. I guess that could give it flavoring. It could make servos. That could be fun.
For a Kaladesh vibe.
I'm trying to remember if you copy a spell that has choices.
No, you do have to choose the same choice.
Oh, okay.
Copies choices are the same. Targets may be different, but choices are the same.
Yeah. Which might be a slightly unintuitive, but maybe you just put that in clear reminder text or something.
Yeah.
Choose one. Parentheses. When you copy this, choices stay the same.
Yeah.
The flexibility there might be pretty fun. I think with Fabricate, typically you're making the tokens, so that's sort of the default. But if there's some reason why you care about counters, maybe you do that instead. Life Crafter, something.
Yeah. Sorcery. Actually, could be interesting. Do you think maybe instant for a little more mana?
Yeah, like double hybrid.
Yeah, white green. Yeah, 2 Selesnya mana. An instant with Gravestorm, and then you choose one, create a 1/1 white. Actually, this could be interesting to give like Capenna flavor. Make 1/1 white and green human citizens, or put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control.
Yeah, if you like that more, absolutely, sure.
I think that could be interesting. Give it flavor for a plane I haven't visited yet.
Yeah, the green-white cards are like Civil Servant, Darling of the Masses, Ceremonial Groundbreaker, Public Funeral.
Public Funeral. That could be interesting.
I think the Gravestorm, if we have something death-related in the name, that's going to be good.
Yeah. It gives it a little more of a flavor of that. It gives it a little more flavor towards that.
Public Funeral is, to me, a very like city metropolitan thing. Especially if you're making citizens, so it fits the like Chicago kind of vibe of Capenna.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we have it here with Public Funeral for 2 Selesnya hybrid, an instant with Gravestorm, and choose one. When you copy this, choices stay the same, just for reminder, just so people are reminded. And create a 1/1 white and green human citizen, or put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control.
Nice. Yeah, that's fun. Public Funeral. That flavor really like kind of cemented it for me.
Yeah. It really does cement the flavor of that.
You have someone giving a speech at a...
You can inspire it, you bring together the masses, or you can inspire the few who are there.
Yeah, a leader ascends because of this. Yeah, you have the like 4 coffins in the foreground, and then the speaker in the kind of mid background at a podium saying something. Alrighty, we got 3 cards. That's probably good enough in terms of stuff for one episode. But what are your next couple mechanics? What are the next couple that you're gonna tackle?
So after those 3, the next few I'm gonna be working on are Poisonous, Transfigure. I'm going to go back to do a couple that I missed early on, like coin flipping. And then I get into Lorwyn with Champion, Clash, Planeswalkers. And yeah, then I'm just going to keep going from there.
Are the ones you're looking forward to, or you're just staying focused on the prize?
I'm a little focused on the prize. There are a couple that I'm interested in figuring out how to make them work well. Like, I'm planning on doing some from even like Conspiracy and some of the Commander sets. A Myriad. I'm not sure how I'm going to make Myriad work in this draft setting.
1-person Myriad, yeah.
Yeah, 1-person Myriad. Goad is going to be another interesting one. Yeah, ones like that I'm interested to see.
Goad, yeah.
Partner With is another one that I'm interested for. That's one I'm going to make 2 cards for, definitely. Because you kind of need to.
I guess you could partner with just another card that already exists that doesn't have partner. So you can tutor in one direction but not the other. It's too complicated.
Another thing I might do is just partner with a creature type.
Okay.
Which, yeah, it will be interesting when I get to when I start getting to the commander mechanics.
Yeah. Are you like a third of the way done? Did you map out like
currently a little over a quarter of the way done? But I will also, because as of right now, I have a total of 330 mechanics planned, but that's not
Okay.
including any mechanics that are coming out next year in the new Lorwyn set, Strixhaven, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles set, any of those. And as of right now, my current end date with the avatar mechanics is in July. So
Okay.
it looks like I'll be going through July. I might see if I can come up with a couple other mechanics that I may have forgot, like currently I've forgotten to do coin flipping from Arabian Nights. One thing I actually forgot that I did just before like Time Spiral Block was Exile and Poison Counters.
Do you have an anti card in there?
Anti, I do not have anti. The mechanic I do not have. I also don't have any of the unmechanics.
Oh, okay. Anti's basically an unmechanic.
Yeah, at this point, it basically is. I do have one unmechanic, and that's assemble.
A contrapt, yeah.
Like assembling contraptions. But that's just because contraptions are one of my favorite unmechanics, and I want to make cards for it.
Very fun. So you have to make a couple contraptions to go with it, or?
I think so. I think I can make a couple contraptions.
Yeah, it seems great. Yeah, I didn't quite realize you had that much ammo, 330, and it's going to be, plus.
Yeah. There's been a lot of mechanics made in Magic's history.
Very cool. If someone else was attempting this, you have any advice or you have any?
If someone else was going to attempt this, really my biggest thing is just staying consistent, having a plan. I kind of keep myself accountable with it by posting every day, both to the custom Magic Reddit as well as making a design game for it on the custom Magic Discord server. So yeah, I do that every day to the best of my ability. Sometimes I'm just super busy, and so I don't get it out for the day on Reddit, or I just don't have the amount of time. I don't have the right timing to post a design game on the Custom Magic Discord server. But otherwise, I've gotten it pretty much every day on both of them. And so yeah, I'd say just consistency, making a plan. I have a spreadsheet with all of them, all the mechanics. So yeah.
There you go. It's staying organized.
Yep. As well as sharing it with other people. Like I have
That's true. Yeah.
all of my cards in one place where I can look at them easily.
And you said you post them on Custom Magic?
Yep, I post them on the Custom Magic Reddit with a blurb about the mechanic. Like the day that we're recording this, I posted about Aura Swap, where I have just a small paragraph about Aura Swap, but there's other mechanics where I've posted almost 2,000 character blurb about the mechanic.
Oh, wow. Can we give your Reddit, is your Reddit username the same thing, or?
It is not. My Reddit is contract_material. It was it's one that Reddit gave me, and I still haven't figured out how to change it.
Contract material?
Contract material.
Incredible.
Yep. But yeah, I post it every day. If you just look on the Reddit, you should be able to see it. I label them all.
I think I've seen one or two of them go by. Yeah.
I just label them all: the year of mechanics, day blank, and then the mechanic.
Yeah. Very fun. Yeah. I even got like an avatar card in there. That's fun.
Yep. I made an avatar card. There's a lot of fun ones. I've made ones based on set in Kamigawa. I've made a couple set in Kamigawa. I've made one set in Theros. I've made 2 Colossal Dreadmaw-esque cards.
Alrighty. That's probably about it for the year mechanics then. Maybe we'll try to check in at the end and pick some of your favorites and maybe get you back on the pod for that.
Sounds good.
Before we get out of here, I always like to tell people about some stuff you can get up to. The one you can always do with Beacon is our monthly design challenge. And our November one is November Mage. Design a red mana dork. Wizards has kind of opened the floodgates. Red has had a bunch of common 2 mana, tap for a mana in some way. Mana dorks, we've seen a lot of those in recent sets. We want more. We want to learn more. We want to see more. We want to see what kind of red mana dork potential there is. Red creatures that tap for mana. I guess we just did a bunch of brainstorming. Anything pop into mind when you think red mana dork? Any of them that you've played with that you really like, or somewhere you'd want to go with it?
I mean, one idea I had for a red mana dork, which I don't necessarily know if it counts as a mana dork, is a creature with firebending where it doesn't leave, where the mana doesn't leave your mana pool until the end of the turn.
Some sort of fire sculptor that allows all your firebenders to hold on to their mana.
Yeah. It would count as a mana dork because you're getting red mana that you can use during your second main phase or during combat.
Sure. Yeah, I just got out of recording the Avatar signpost step, so firebending. I've been thinking a lot about it the last couple minutes, and I'm curious to see how it's going to play out.
I am too.
It's kind of restrictive, but maybe there's enough outlets. That's what you want in a Magic mechanic. Something that like asks you to do a thing, but doesn't give you everything.
Yes, for sure. As I've realized with a lot of the mechanics I've made.
There you go. Yeah, I guess you know more than most.
Yep.
We also like to throw in a couple bonus points to give people some direction if they want something. Newfember Mage. Its mana value plus power plus toughness equals 9. 3 mana, 3/3. 1 mana, 8. Maybe not. Find some reconfiguration. Break us out of the chains of the 2 mana, 2/2, tap for a mana dork. Give us something else in red. And then no Ember Mage leaves the battlefield or dies trigger. It feels very red. Death triggers, I'm playing with fire and then something goes wrong, but something happens when I do that. So there's some bonus points that you can throw in there if you'd like. And that'll be due November 28th. We've also got Beacon Constructed just launched. So this is making constructed decks with about a half dozen sets from people in the Beacon of Creation community. This is still brand new, very blue sky. People are still exploring what's possible with those decks. I think you said you've been goldfishing a couple decks for that.
Yeah, I've goldfished a couple decks for that, which have been a lot of fun.
Yeah. Part of aiming to make your own set is sort of thinking, what does it mean to interface with other sets? And this is a good way to get experience with that kind of thing. If you are working on your own set, you eventually want to try to aim for Revolution or one of the other constructed formats. Beacon, this is a little smaller, a little more informal, a little friendlier. Maybe this is something you could jump into and check out. Or maybe just look at some of the cool decks. That's all I've been doing so far. I haven't played any games yet myself. But yeah, check that out in the Discord. And that'll be it for the podcast for the week. Thanks for coming on. This was great.
Of course. Thanks for inviting me.
Anything else you want to tell people about? I guess we'll have a link to the Year Mechanics egg site. But anything else you want to tell people about?
Not that I can think of at the moment.
If you need to find me on the Discord, Tim F. Riley. Most of all, thanks for listening.